number one live show in the world, West Coast Pop Log Podcast. Coming to you from Pig Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores, comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C, and Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop log.
What's up? It's that time again. It's the West Coast Pop Log Podcast coming to you live. The number one live podcast every Tuesday night.
Every Tuesday.
7, 8, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We're not late for 7. We're early for 8.
Yeah, there you go. We're super early.
40 minutes early.
All those guys are like, what? 8?
What? It's a paradox universe today.
It is. It is. It's crazy because there was so much traffic to get here. Either way, everybody's texting everybody like, oh, what's cracking? That's why we do it at 8.
I tried. I couldn't do it.
I couldn't remember. I was like, damn, that's why.
No one's on time in LA.
No.
Ever.
You can't be. That's a given. That is a given.
And I'm so weird about time. Like, being on time was like smashed into my head. So it's like I got here relatively like right at 7, but I was trying to get here at 6:30. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh man, it was rough.
I almost didn't make it on time, and I live here.
That's true. I was outside already. Yeah. You were like still pulling in.
I had a meeting and ran a little bit long, and but I tried to get here. I did though. But I mean, luckily we're on time for whatever time is.
Well, we have a special guest tonight. We have the creator of La Bulla, Antonio Pelayo, and his son Isaac Pelayo as well, and then Bill Dunleavy.
Yes.
The actual manager, what would you call curator, manager of the space?
My name's Bill Dunleavy. I'm the co-founder and director of Super Chief Gallery.
That's what it's going to be this year. It's also like a fundraiser for it as well.
Yeah.
Give us a little bit of info on that. And welcome, gentlemen.
Yeah, welcome guys. Welcome.
Well, I've been a fan of Super Chief for years, obviously. It's a very, very popular gallery in LA. And then I had a friend of ours, I asked her for your contact info, and I sent you an email, and you never responded. So it took a phone call to Esteban Oriol. I'm like, hey, bro, I need to talk to Bill. Tell him to call me. And that's how it happened.
Yeah, if you want to get through to me, sometimes email's not the best way. Just go straight to Esteban Oriol, and it'll get right to me.
Yeah. I'm the same way, though. Email, I fucking hate emails.
We've been like doing better as a team. You know, like the amount of work it takes to run Super Chief is an endless chasing around, multitasking kind of thing. And shout out to like my team nowadays. We do answer emails to the best of our ability. Yeah,
nice.
But slip through the cracks with who knows how many other good leads on that one, but. Going straight to Esteban Oriol is definitely the best way to get to me. I hang out with him all the time.
Well, he was with you when I was asking him, hey, dude, can you do me a favor and tell Bill to call me? He's right here. Boom.
To Live and Die in LA.
No, it was you. He was at your gallery. You guys were doing something. Yeah. Right. And then from that point on, boom, we had a meeting and we said, let's do this. So
man, I'm glad he did because I have so much respect for you as a curator and an artist and a culture mover in Los Angeles. Like, this team up needs to happen. I feel like it's going to level Super Chief up to a place that it needs to be. Like, I have a lot of respect for it. And just what I've learned working with you in the short time we've been planning La Bulla this year on just how to be a serious event producer. You know, I've kind of lived in the underground realm of planning shows for a long time. It's just cool to work with somebody who's well versed in how to do it the right way.
It's been a couple years.
How many years have you been doing it?
I started curating art shows like in 2008, small ones, and then I launched my big one, which is El Velorio in 2010. So going on 16 years.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, El Velorio is going to turn 16 years this year, and then La Bulla is going to be 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the La Bulla 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Yeah. So
Solid number.
And this year you have El Santo.
So as you know, every year we pay tribute to a legend. The original plan was to get El Santo and Blue Demon, but they're pretty much both out. But we decided to just pay tribute to El Santo. Because what I do is I book the legend and we have them wrestle at the event. We try to get El Santo this time to at least come and make an appearance, but that wasn't possible either. So, but we're still paying tribute to him.
Yeah.
We
We
Santo.
went to his last match in Tijuana.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, we seen
Nice.
that Crash. Well, back. We go a lot to TJ itself and check out the matches out there, and that was him and his son versus Rey Mysterio Jr., Dr. Wagner Jr. It was all juniors, bro. It was crazy. Yeah.
Juniors
That's
and ehos.
Ecos and juniors, and it was a great time, and people really love him, man. I mean, tremendously. My mother used to tell me stories about how, as kids, those were their superheroes, those were their movie stars. The Santo and Blue Demon, and
El Santo is Mexico's hero.
Yeah.
He's the #1 hero. By what I've learned is that he's had the biggest funeral that Mexico has ever had.
yeah,
That's how big he was.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how it goes down though. So now, like, Hijo de Santo just retired, and so now it's like Santo Jr. And it's just like
Sure.
it just keeps going. It's crazy.
Same thing with Blue Demon.
Yeah,
You know.
same thing with Blue Demon.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys just keep passing the mask.
Yeah.
Wrestling
Yeah.
has more than one royal family, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You ain't wrong. But I've taken part in La Bulla before,
Yep.
and the Velorio. Great shows, a great time. Always a good turnout. Music, artists are awesome. Yeah, man. It's. I did want to join this year, and I couldn't, unfortunately, because I had a great idea for a match. But I'm gonna save it for
Next
year. I'm gonna save my idea. But yeah, man, it's always been awesome working with him as well. He's always somebody easy to work with, and he gives you pointers and lets you know what's up and what to expect. So it's always great times, and I'm looking forward to checking this show out this year as well.
Thank you. Yeah,
It's gonna
me
be
too.
Pretty good. So 10 years.
10 years.
Tell us, man, the ups, the downs. Like, I mean, I've done shows, Marta's done shows. I mean, Johnny's been in shows and stuff, and it's just there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into
A
it.
whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it once a year because there's a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, like what Bill goes through, he does a fucking event every 30 days.
Yeah.
It's like, I would go crazy.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
For from 2015 to 2017, those 3 years, I was doing 4 big events a year. On top of my full-time job, on top of having a fine art career. So those 3 years were insane. Like, I almost died. So then after 2017, I dropped 2 events, and then I did El Velorio and La Bulla. I continued with those 2. And then in 2022, I added my house music event called House Issues.
Yeah.
So since 2023, I've been doing 3 events a year. And it's like, yeah, that's enough.
That's
It's more than
I was about to say.
Yeah.
It's my dream.
That's only 3. That's your dream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I always get hit up by other producers. Hey, dude, let's collaborate on shit. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to do less. Like,
Right. Quit calling
no.
me. Leave me
Yeah,
alone.
Yeah.
And by collaboration, you mean I'll do all the work?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, let's get together so we can do what you're doing successfully.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what that means most of the time. And then you brought your son in. Speaking of luchadores, bringing
Sure.
the sons. And your son's also an artist. I've seen some of his
Yeah.
work. Awesome.
Junior.
Very, very successful artist.
Uh-huh.
He had a solo show last year in Paris. Very successful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, fancy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's not passing down a mask to me. He's passing down underwear. So I got his old pair of boxers. So
I thought it was like paintbrushes at least. Or something.
no.
And dirty socks.
Yeah, dirty socks. And then there's holes in them that didn't come with the garments at first. So
Got it.
He's still using his paintbrushes.
Yeah, yeah.
Isaac has to get new ones.
yeah.
If I remember correctly, we learned that you were one of the last. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna remember the ink masters or something for Disney, right? Or ink sealers or
Inker.
Anchor, man, an anchor.
Hey, I'm dyslexic. Okay.
Hey, Ink Master sounded pretty cool, right?
I'm not saying this to brag or coming from ego, but yes, I am the nominated Disney's Ink Master.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there 34 years, and then my 3 coworkers have been there 3 to 5 years. So yeah, I am the senior artist, and I am the guy that was trained by like half a dozen of Disney's last inker painter masters that actually worked on films. So I was very, very lucky to have years of being trained by these all ladies, actually. Yeah, now that I think about it, it was all ladies. Because ink and paint, the ink and paint department was all women, all the way to, I don't know if I was the first male hired as an inker. That I don't know. I should find out. But prior to that, the department was all women.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now you have all their secrets.
Have you passed any of the secrets down to junior yet?
Nah. Yeah, no, well, I was working at Disney with him for a couple years, but 2021 I had to leave, focus on my fine art. So since 2021 I've been focusing on that. But I worked at Disney from 2017, technically up until mid 2021. So, but yeah, when I was a kid, I used to go to work with him. So I used to play with the tools, and he'd sit me down and I'd practice inking and painting. So by the time the opportunity came to work there, I already knew how to do what he did.
You already knew all the employees by name.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what happened is a coworker of mine. For years, me and my coworker were the only artists in the department. I was the inker, she was the painter, and then we both did a bunch of other stuff. But she ends up passing away, so I'm the only artist for I want to say about 1.5 years. So it took that long to get him in because of nepotism. They had to go through a lot of hoops to make it happen. So they finally get him in, and he's there. We get furloughed in 2020, so we're at home, stuck, and then he just blows up as a painter. I think in 2020 he probably sold about 100 paintings.
Oh shit!
Like he would post that on Instagram.
Sold.
Within seconds, it would sell.
It's because of my OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying?
that helped. So
Only paints.
Yeah, coming back from furlough, he's like, I just don't think I need a job. So he gave in his 2-week notice, and he's out.
Sorry, Mr. Mouse.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. No, the funny thing, the story that I tell about that is that I told my boss, I had a long talk with him because it was a big deal to get me in there. You know, it was a big deal for him to be the only inker and painter there for a cool minute, and they needed someone to have potential longevity because everybody that knows how to do this shit is older, and they don't teach this at Cal Arts, they don't teach this in any university, so they need to hire someone young that can last a long time. Otherwise they're going to get someone that's going to get ready to retire, and they're not trying to do that. So leaving was kind of a sentimental thing because it was so hard to get me in there, and it was fun to work with my dad. I mean, I can't recall of another father-son that worked in the same department in Disney Company, let alone the ink and paint department. I don't know of any, so definitely a big deal. But so we had a long talk. I made my decision. I tell our boss, I pull her aside. I said, hey, putting my 2 weeks notice. And I'm like, I got a better job offer at Warner Brothers.
Shut up! You told her that?
Yeah.
Damn.
And she got pretty pissed. She didn't like that joke, and I was like, that I'm joking. I'm playing, but I am leaving. I'm putting my 2 weeks. That's not a joke.
Damn.
Yeah. So I dipped.
Did they actually make you stay? Did you stay the whole entire 2 weeks?
I probably. Yeah. I don't even remember. Yeah, I probably did. Yeah.
I mean, no one else would ever do your work. Like, let's squeeze as much as we can out of you before you get the fuck out of here. Hold on.
Speaking of Disney, we just visited his gravestone for the first time today.
I was gonna say.
Why would you say Disney and gravestone? I don't understand.
Walt.
Walt Disney.
Oh, Walt Disney. I thought you meant like his gravestone. Like, why does he have a gravestone at Disneyland? Wait a minute, that doesn't make no sense.
Well, they're preparing, Disney
okay.
legend. No. But yeah, we just came from Forest Lawn Museum. We got a really nice tour of the entire facility, and to our late realization, Walt was buried there, so we decided to go visit his burial site for the first time. I'm surprised he hasn't went to go visit it, sooner. I mean, having been there 35 years,
It's in the cut. It's
Yeah.
just it's
Yeah.
like a little miniature garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just
in,
it's
in a little corner.
cut.
Yeah.
It took us a while, yeah.
I stumbled across it because I
did
just
you?
like to explore cemeteries.
Yeah.
And I was walking around.
What?
I was walking. I just like to get out and see things.
Johnny, we talking about goth. That's more goth than any goth I fucking know. Hold on, let's just go take a stroll through the cemetery.
And I came across it and I was like, Disney.
Yeah.
Like the guy. So
So you were just randomly walking in this cemetery. You just randomly come across Walt Disney Cemetery.
I was spending the day walking around Forest Lawn Cemetery,
Forest Lawn
just
is huge.
checking out.
That's what I'm saying.
Checking it all out.
But you didn't know that Walt Disney was there at all until you actually came across him.
I had no idea.
That's
I
cr-
just
that's
stumbled
cool.
across Walt Disney's grave. I started piecing all together in my mind, seeing little Disney things people had left there, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I gotta fact check this.
So who were the other big ones in Forest Lawns? Walt Disney, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Jackson.
We saw Michael Jackson's.
Oh,
You
hell
did?
Yeah.
It's that's rough to even get up to. You know?
We weren't allowed to take photos though.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We got all the way up to it.
Yeah, but we did see it.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah.
Funny side fact, I own michaeljacksonsgrave.com.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I need to talk to
Wow.
somebody at Forest Lawn about this.
How much
the
is it?
hell?
Did you check how much it's valued?
I don't know. I registered it years ago
Oh, you
when
should
Michael
check.
Jackson died.
Really?
Yeah.
You should check.
What
Oh,
compelled
yeah.
you to even get that handle?
It was my business partner's idea. He just hit me up and he was like, dude, MJ died. Register this domain for me, please. You know how to do that.
By the
And
way,
so-
just Bill, I'm not. For some reason, it doesn't shock me. I'm not surprised that you did that. I don't even know you that well, but I'm like, I know. Yeah, that's a Bill thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
bid.
buy. No, this is Michael Jackson's grave.
The real Michael
real.
Jackson grave.
Yeah. Wow.
So
That's crazy.
there's something to be done with that.
There's for sure
I got-
something to be
I
done.
gotta
I
talk
bet,
to
I
Forest
bet you it's
Lawn.
worth.
Probably.
It's worth something.
I hope he renewed it.
I mean, it's for sure not worth nothing.
We're
you
about to
know?
save.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson's about to save Super Chief Gallery.
So his site is just incredible.
What does it look like?
Incredible.
What's the word?
Opulent.
I was gonna say the
Opulent for
word
sure.
opulent.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was amazing. Yeah, no, it was pretty dope. I thought it was gonna be like a big ass statue of him doing like mid moonwalk,
Yeah.
but it's just very intimate. Like it was really surreal. I'm like, dude, the fucking king of pop is right there. Like, well, his body, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
But
dude.
Elizabeth Taylor's was more.
Oh yeah, her shit.
more spectacular.
Well, it was funny on the way over here. I texted Westside because our whole thing is we have a Elizabeth Taylor themed, album cover art run with his artist Armani Caesar. So I texted him the grave site. I was like, dude, Elizabeth Taylor's grave site. Like, I got to go back there wearing our hoodie to take pictures in front of it because it's just crazy. I had no idea. Like, her shit was super like extravagant.
Hell
like
yeah.
crazy. Like, what the fuck? I'm not surprised, but it's just like more than Michael Jackson. Yeah, and then on her gravesite, someone put a picture of her and Michael Jackson. Yeah, like they just left a little Polaroid of her and Michael. Yeah, and Disney's grave is all humble.
Yeah, it's just
Super humble.
no attention.
Well, he's really not there. He's frozen. You know that, right? So when they figure out how to bring him back to life,
Yeah.
Plus, he already has the thing dedicated to him.
Yeah.
He's got multiple parks around the world with his name on him. His grave doesn't matter. He's got living tributes in that are make millions of dollars every day.
are they more lavish than the Narco? Have you seen the Narco ones?
Oh
that they're
no,
showing
the
TV?
Narcos is top notch.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
Those are mini mansions.
Yeah.
And they're worth millions of dollars.
With air conditioning,
Oh, everything.
jacuzzis. It's like
Alarm system.
It's a
everything is gold in there.
It's a literal condo. Like,
They're
crazy.
mini mansions.
yeah.
That's good.
I seen
Yeah.
one with like his favorite Ford F-150 all done up inside. It's like what the hell?
Bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
It's just everything.
On the grave?
No, the grave itself. That's the build.
Yeah, it's like a mausoleum.
There's a cemetery in Sinaloa, and that's where they have all the top cartel leaders, and each one is like it's a mini mansion where they're buried.
Life size?
Life size.
Not a miniature.
Yes, no, life size.
It literally is like a mini apartment, but extravagant. And the grave, the tombs is inside.
It's like a pharaoh's tomb.
I'm gonna go live in
Modern day. Yeah. Modern day.
Wow.
Exactly.
You could live in there. They have AC, fully furnished.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
People
Wi-Fi.
just walk in. I was eating chips, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Oh, you're dead.
Yeah.
No, you're done. Oh, yeah. That guac was for him.
You better put a fucking stripper pole in my gravesite, you know.
So what was the idea behind La Bulla when you first started?
So I grew up in Mexico from like 82 to 89, and we lived in a rancho called El Palmar. My dad was a huge lucha libre fan. That's actually the only sport he ever watched. Mm-hmm. And one of his favorite wrestlers was a Japanese wrestler called Shibuya. And apparently when I was a baby, I resembled this wrestler because I was chunky and loud and caused a ruckus. So that's why he named me Bulla. And then in Mexico, we had a TV, and there we only had like 2 channels. And one of the main things that we watched was lucha libre movies. Nice. So I grew up with that. And then when I started producing events, I curated a lucha libre art show that was supposed to go down at Crew West Gallery in downtown LA. I want to say like in 2006. And then shortly they closed down. So I had it all curated with all the artists. And the idea was to have 10 artists do rural artwork and then 10 do technical artwork. Nice. And we were going to go at it. That was the concept. So I left that alone, and then once I launched El Velorio years later, I started thinking, okay, I need to launch a lucha libre festival with the same concept as El Velorio: music, live lucha libre, fashion show, cars, art show, all that stuff. And then finally in 2015, I launched it. Yeah, so I had everything. I think I had like 150 artists that first year in the exhibit. And at that year, I didn't do the cutouts, which I launched, I think, the following year. The idea came, you know what, we'll pay tribute to a legend, but each artist is going to get the mask of that legend, and they can do whatever they want on it. So that's been that tradition has been since the second year.
Nice.
Yeah.
So smart.
Yeah, definitely. And lucha libre, like, I remember we were talking about this years ago around the pandemic time when you were like, oh, lucha libre wrestling is just going to explode.
Yeah, really.
And then it just like didn't.
The pandemic really put a damper on all of that. Like, wrestling was really, like, it was like AEW was hitting on all cylinders. Like, Japan was still going. AAA was fucking, like, it was all, woo, and then it just fucking.
I feel like it's getting hot right now, though.
It for sure is. It's taken years for it to like build back up. Like when it was like on, I couldn't believe. I would say every week, I was like, I can't believe normal people are gonna know who Kenny Omega is. Like, and also I was like, I can't believe it's gonna cross over. It's happening. And then the pandemic hit and it took it away.
Yeah.
And it's like slowly built back up. Like, but it's taken a while, but it's happening.
Yeah.
You have a lot of crossover with wrestling in a lot of different industries.
Absolutely.
Like music too. Hip hop is adopting wrestling far more heavily these days. It's like my homie Westside Gun, he has this whole Fourth Rope Federation, and that's like now you see Kanye's new shit, his new video, and it's all lucha libre. So it's like it's crossing over in lanes that maybe people wouldn't have thought otherwise,
Sure.
But it's cool to see that he's been doing it for so long that now there's going to be even more crossover, and just it's, you know what I mean? Like, people are going to link up that would have never linked up otherwise. So it's growing, and it's like, it's expanding in way like veins. It's just branching out in different things, which is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, there's people that I know that I would never expect them to know La Bulla or any of that kind of stuff. And hey, you can go to the show. I was like, oh, I know the guy that puts it on. Like, I mean, that shit's been going on for a minute, dude. Where you been? But yeah, so it's people that I wouldn't expect knowing are now like seeing it, like you're saying. It's expanding, it's growing, and yeah, man. I mean, Mario just did a show this past weekend called Lucha Goth House, and that's
At Don Quixote?
yeah, that's a show.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go to one.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
bro.
I
What
know.
you waiting for?
We actually just passed by Don Quixote, and I told them, look, I was going to do events here.
Yeah. Mario does his. When's your next one?
July 18th, our 2-year anniversary show.
How many times a year are you doing it?
3
3 times a year?
currently. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Spread them out.
That's how he heard your number and he was like, fuck yeah. He's like, 3, that sounds right.
The goal is now to add more, but to be traveling.
Yeah.
And do them outside I'm still going to continuously do 3 here in LA, but maybe add another 3 and spread those out to different cities and different markets. So.
Well, Steve, you do yours out of state?
I've done it out of state.
Yeah.
I've done it Phoenix. I've done it up north, San Diego, and I was gonna talk to this guy about doing San Diego.
He does Michelada Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is huge.
Yeah, we took a break last year with all the ice and stuff going on, and just the people weren't coming out, you know.
Yeah.
So we're looking at coming back this year, revamping it, because the music that we were doing, like it's been overdone now. You know, everyone's we brought out Too Short, we brought out DJ Quick, Warren G, and then now. We were getting them for cheap. Now all of a sudden everyone's getting them, so they're like triple their prices and stuff. But that's where it goes, you know. Once you start getting out there and going,
It worked.
Yeah,
Like that means it worked. You know, you did that and it fucking worked.
So now
the prices are more.
Yeah. So now we're thinking of which way the music goes, and it's never been really a music festival. That was just part of it. You know, the first time it was just a Michelada festival, a competition with a few cars, a few lowriders. Some of my friends came and brought their cars just for people to have something to do while they're walking around. And then the car show got bigger. Then I added Lucha Libre. And then the music got bigger. We used to do like Morrissey cover bands and stuff like that back in the day. And then all of a sudden we started doing like, hey, what do you think Too Short cost? Well, let's find out. And we did. So
Whole ass festival at this point.
yeah, it's like a little mini festival, But it's been awesome. It's been awesome. It's I used to work for K-Rock as well, so I was there from about 2000 all the way to 2018, and doing all those weenie roasts, all the acoustic Christmases. I've never been to a show. I've only worked at them, but all my friends have been to shows. You know what I'm saying? And it's so different. Working, and you guys know this, working and being responsible for what's going on and making sure everyone's having a good time. Because I don't give a fuck, man. Like, my business partner's like, fuck what people say, bro. Some people are going to hate it, some people are going to like it, and that's just the way life is. And that's true. But for me, I just always want people to walk away, like, fucking happy, having a great time, and enjoying it, So that's always in the back of my head. So I've never been able to sit there and be like, fuck yeah, I'm just here to kick it and watch it. Unless I've gone to, your show, La Bulla, or, Velorio, or, people's art shows and stuff. That's where I get to go and, okay, I'm here to hang out and enjoy it and watch the music and watch the Lucha Libre, like I go to Mario shows and just hang out. And I'm not that light didn't work.
Responsible.
Hey, cool.
That
That's
light
not on me.
didn't work.
I feel you on that. I do big shows every single month, and I hear they're a lot of fun, but I wouldn't know.
That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes for us, gentlemen.
I'm checking in on the security guards, the front desk, anybody working the event at all. I'm just checking in the entire time. I do a couple hellos, take a few pictures, and then they're like, "It's been 5 hours. Everyone's gonna go home now."
Yeah.
There's only been one event of mine that I had a good time, and that was the VIP for Velorio in 2019 because it was smaller. It was the VIP.
You remember the year, everything.
That was a good year, Johnny. It was a good year.
Actually, 2019 was a really good year.
From 8:05 to 11:15, man, I had a fucking year.
For events, 2019 was the best. Everything was rocking.
Society was peaking. in
Yeah.
2019.
Everybody was spending money. There were shows everywhere.
Yes.
I remember people walking up to me and going, "Hey, I'm going to do a Michelada Rumble here." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Rad." Right on. And people did, and it is what it is, man. You can't create something and not expect someone to want to
Copy
do
it.
it, copy
Yeah.
it, and it is what it is.
You think I don't know my style is good for the biting?
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that year, 2019, was an amazing year for shows, man. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing shows, and it was a good time. It was a good time.
So tell us about your gallery.
Super Chief Gallery. My business partner and I started Super Chief Gallery in New York in 2012. We started out as like a countercultural magazine, just an online magazine. We would do just like lowbrow kind of news reporting, protest stuff, and a lot of artist interviews. And at some point, we were throwing a lot of like late night DJ raves and like hood ass parties in Brooklyn, New York, and in the Bronx and in Manhattan. Some underground boxing matches back in the early days, actually. There was a thing
nice.
called Friday Night Throwdown, and they would do like themes. They do like gang members versus male models and shit like that. And people would just like, and we were just throwing these parties and like going from DIY spot to DIY spot and doing like a magazine with a lot of artist interviews because we were in this creative community in New York. And at some point, we'd kind of burned our spaces for our parties, and we were offered a nicer place. And we had just done an interview with this SoundCloud rap collective out of Miami called Metro Zoo, and they would take a lot of acid and make this crazy visual artwork, and they wanted to come to New York, so we just thought, like, okay, we're going to combine the party with the art stuff. And at that point, we made the transition into being Super Chief Gallery, and in 2012, we did our first art show with them. And then we had a place on the Lower East Side letting us do art exhibitions there for free. And we did an art show an art show a week for an entire year in 2013. And I had 2 other jobs. I was a weed delivery man and a wedding photo retoucher. So I was just living fast at that time.
Crazy, bro.
But I really fell in love with the concept of producing art shows and being an art gallery that was like really subversive and wild compared to like the actual art gallery model, and there was a need for that at that time, and like a void to fill. And so I did it for a while in New York, and it was clear that like this place where we were doing it was gonna like go out of business. It was a bar on the Lower East Side with a gallery room in the back, and they let us do whatever we wanted there just so we would bring traffic to go to their bar. And I was just like, okay, when this is over, like, what's my next move? So I did a lot of weed selling and teamed up with a couple other people I knew, and I just wanted to leave New York and come try to do Super Chief Gallery seriously on the West Coast. And I was looking at LA, I was looking at Oakland, and the Bay Area seemed like it had been through a lot of gentrification and just been kind of burned out. So I just set my sights on LA, and I thought I'd come out here and see what was up with it. So I came out with a box truck full of art and a couple of friends, and I was sleeping on a hotel room floor in Torrance, and I just started hitting the listings looking for a warehouse. And we looked at a bunch of stuff, like off Slauson, all over town, and then we found one on Kohler Street by Skid Row, so we locked it down, and then we built it out, and we started doing our thing in 2014. And yeah, I basically came out here on a mission to do Super Chief here, and I just wanted to follow my dreams a little bit and try to do this like underground art gallery that would just kind of bring together different communities that don't normally fuck with each other, but I think they should.
Fuck yeah.
Build kind of a coalition,
like cholos and punkers or some shit.
Cholos, punkers, or gender non-conforming individuals, outsiders. I try to bring together anything fringy, anything subcultural, and anything kind of like resistant to the evil forces of mainstream society.
You know what your audience reminds me of? You know that scene in the 70s movies Warriors?
Yeah,
when
totally.
they all the gangs get together for the meeting, and it's just, dude, you have like people with makeup, you have people that look like straight gang members, you have people that look like baseball players, you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
But everybody's ready to fucking throw down, and that's what it reminds me. I'm like, dude, there's so many different types of people here, but they're all enjoying the same thing. They're all enjoying art, they're all drinking, they're all listening to music.
It's beautiful to me. I came to LA with no expectations of how it was going to go. I just knew I was going to give it a shot and try to steer it in the right direction. And I mean, the life that the city of Los Angeles breathed into Super Chief, from my initial concept to what it became organically through community effort, just blew me away. I mean, I've gave the last decade and a half of my life to it because I fell in love with it, you know. So whether it's like the Chicano community or it's like the drag queen community or photography community or just any of the different groups that I've overlapped, Dead City Punks and all that, you know, it's...
I thought that was all one community. and that's how it is here in LA, especially because, you know, a lot of our uncles and dads were, you know, Chicano cholos or zoot zooters or whatever they were. And then now the rest of us grew up when there was breakdancing or when there was, you know, skating. I remember skating first starting and all that shit. So it's one of those things where, yeah, you do have... A lot of us have roots in the Chicano Cholo culture, but then we became something different. I mean, I ended up working at K-Rock, all rock white guy station. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, that's the difference from LA and I think every other spot there is.
Sure.
That, you know, you might have a gang member cousin, but he's listening to Suicidal Tendencies. You know what I'm saying? Or some crazy shit like that.
He's listening to Korn.
Or Korn, or, you know, whoever it may be. But it's not what you expect.
I think that's part of why I love LA so much. It's a real crossover kind of cultural scene out here, and I've never wanted to pigeonhole into one thing. I want to go out there and explore and be a little bit of everything, you know.
And that's how you got Lucha Gothas, these goth wrestlers. It's just craziness.
I knew I'd heard. I didn't know where I knew Super Chief from, but it was from the Midnight Marauders show.
Oh yeah,
like
that's our current exhibition. It's an all-female graffiti and hip hop exhibition.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. A girl told me about that. She's like, we gotta go to it's all chicks.
All female MCs, all females. All female graffiti writers who are really up in the streets and really like active. We have like members of UTI that have been getting up since the 80s, you know. So cool. I just saw a picture in Steve Grody's newsletter today. He posts like old shots from the 90s. It's Omega UTI's burner in one of the yards from 1992, and I was just like, I just was with her yesterday. What the fuck? Like, what a legend. Yeah. Shit's tight. I could go on about all the reasons I love LA. I left the East Coast. I'm here to stay.
Hell yeah.
That's the one unique thing about LA is that it's this melting pot of different things and different cultures, different, you know, identities and styles and interests. And, you know, you can go to an event and see people of all walks. So we talk about this all the time. You know, we'll just be driving in the car and we'll just be riffing on like...
Just last weekend.
Yeah.
We were our show hopping.
Going from one show to another, and there's just different crowds of people, and that's the special thing about this city is that you can come here with an idea, and then you can it's gonna open up. You know, the city's gonna welcome you with open arms as long as it's, you know, it's true and authentic. It's not like Super Chief is pretty authentic to the culture and the, you know, really like immersing itself in the underbelly of things. And, you know, there's a lot of people that try to come out here and do that shit, and then it just ends up failing because they look at it as more of a financial scheme, try to make some money, try to maybe get, you know, some popularity out of it. But, you know, spaces like Super Chief or even what my dad does, it's really about like the community. It's bringing people together, and if that part is successful, then everything else comes with it. That's why, you know, you guys are sustaining yourselves all these years because of that core goal. And like you said, you just care about people feeling good when they leave. Yeah. You know, like my dad at his events, dude, I'm his gopher during the events. Like, I do whatever he needs me to do. Like, if it's picking up trash or driving to go get ice, you know, going to call someone or whatever, picking a box, like whatever he needs, I'm his gopher. And he rarely gets to enjoy. But I see people around and that people are just, you know, dude, this is the people who stop me to tell me, hey, tell your dad I said fucking thank you for putting this shit together, because this is like real community shit. And I'm telling him all the time, like, hey, dude, you need to fucking take a break of passing out tickets and shit and, like, you know, checking people in, because he's, like, doing shit that he shouldn't have to be doing, but he's doing it because when you're an event producer, you have to, it's just inevitable to take on that responsibility and be like, no, I got to make sure this shit is running smooth. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, you know, people that, like, you know, we were talking about this energy of, like, you know, You ever see that speech Suge Knight gets on stage and he's talking shit about, Puff, and
You
he's like,
you don't want the executive producers all up in the videos,
Yeah.
dancing in the videos.
Yeah, exactly. And that's that shit is like a lot of people they want to be the face, they want to be the celebrity. Like fuck all that, dude. We want to put together a dope experience. We can't do that by not getting the hands dirty, and he gets his fucking hands dirty, and then Bill too,
And no one has the love for the show that you have. No one's gonna do what you do. No one's gonna sacrifice what you do. The passion that you have. It's your baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can put someone to do that job, but they ain't gonna do it like you do it.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's what happens.
One of my favorite places about Los Angeles, and California as a general statement too, is for everything. This is the major leagues. Like if you come here and you want to do your entertainment, all right, you better be ready. And it echoes both of your stories. You did the try, you do your thing in New York, figuring out how to do it, building it all up, and it was like, I'm ready. Like, let's go do it. Like, we're gonna go to LA and fucking take my shot at this shit. And Steve's like, learning how to do events and doing all that shit at K-Rock. And it's like when it was time, it's like, all right, I'm gonna be ready. And you had to come fucking proper, or else it wasn't gonna work. And that's like. And then if you go to jail, you go to a DUI, you go to jail. You're in the major leagues. There is no everything here is the major leagues. Like you bet whatever you're doing, you better be the best at it because there's somebody here who is for sure.
Absolutely. And you know that you doing stand-up comedy.
I mean that's the same thing. Stand-up I started here. And it was like, all right, day one, you're already in the deep end with people that have conquered whatever local scene they were in and got as big as they could get, and then they came here. And it's like, all right, and today was my first day. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the crazy part. Guys like yourself, Antonio, and myself, we were born here, so like you're saying, you're already where everybody wants to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember working at K-Rock and kids coming from Indiana, Kansas, wherever they were from, like, we're in LA. We grew up here, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just a different mindset. And but for your show, man, definitely, I mean, it's a great show. I've enjoyed myself tremendously there. Everything that you do is just right on, man. Right on.
Thank you.
Right on point and very true to the culture. I think that's another thing that people need to understand too. It's not just some guy that
say it, Steve. Say your favorite word.
No, it's not just some guy that wants to pretend. You know what I'm saying?
It's authentic.
Yeah, it is authentic.
Second favorite word.
but because there's people that come out here and they try to do what we are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't, bro. You can't fake it. You can't mimic it. And when you do that, you can see right through it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's, to riff off that, one, he grew up in Mexico. That's, the biggest experience that people don't have is that they didn't grow up in the shit and seeing where, it came from. Also, too, you're from LA and you've been around the scene, the culture scene for so long, in the 90s and the early 2000s. Like, it's funny, I remember a kid, I was just with the kid that, the Jeffrey Dice show at the 99-cent store. I had a kid with me. He goes, we're going through Fairfax, and he's like, damn, man, Fairfax used to be lit in 2021. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about, bro? I'm like, 2021? Like, bro, this shit was lit in 2008. Like, you're fucking a decade late, homie.
94.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. And then my dad would go, and then my dad's like, no, 97, 98. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, see, even before me.
94.
Yeah.
92.
There's always going to be someone who's older than you who says, oh, you just missed it.
Yeah.
It was the shit when I was in my late 20s or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Hollywood and that whole area goes up and down so much. Like it's wild. It's wild to be old and to have seen. Like we just use fucking Melrose. Melrose has gone up and down 3 times since I and to where everyone's like, oh, this place is dead, to this is the greatest place on earth, like multiple fucking times. It's like, wow, this is crazy.
Melrose was hot in the 90s.
Oh, it was the best.
That's when we used to dress as rebels, the house music scene. That's where we used to get our fucking rebel clothes.
And our flyers and go get the maps to all the undergrounds and shit.
Dude, you go inside any like clothing stores or record stores or whatever, at the front of the store, all the flyers, LA Weekly piled up. Like you get
Yeah.
like all kinds of
Street
show
beat.
flyers. Oh man.
Don't get him started. He likes to reminisce on that shit. And then
Because we grew up in an era where it was the first time this was happening. Now it's repeating.
Yeah.
We were there when breaking was just like
gotta
we were
invent it.
we were seeing guys invent moves.
Yeah.
We were seeing guys invent skate tricks.
Invent a culture, like build
Yeah.
a culture.
Yeah.
Same with punk music. Same with Orange County punk rock or every other area. Same with the Rebels. Same with party crews. I mean,
Now we're on to Iore Punk.
Yeah, and
Punk
then-
Junior.
it's just yeah, for sure.
El hijo de punk.
And then you see these guys, and you see them now like talk about it, like you're saying, talk about it like it's new. Like, bro,
No.
we've done this.
Yeah.
We've done this, and we did it the right way. Not that they're not doing it the right way; they're just doing it their way.
Yeah.
But
They're way stupid.
something.
Yeah, and then you have the like '90s party crews that claim that they started shit, but no. You
No.
talk to the OGs from the '70s.
Sure,
and
their
80s.
their tias are telling them how they did it. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely, so crazy.
I think LA and probably New York too, but certainly LA is one of those few places that if it dies out it doesn't die for a long time. It somehow revitalizes itself, and then you have this new rebirth. There's always a renaissance happening in LA.
Oh yeah.
There's always a rebirth of something old, and it's just it just it's tweaked a little bit, with social media and with technology changes, and if someone's gonna take, he talks about this all the time, that you have someone that creates something, and then it's always another generation that makes it just slightly better, and then the next generation makes it even better, and then that's what's happening is things are just getting more. The people are just getting explosive. I do think though that we're reaching a weird plateau in creativity though. I think everything's been done. Everything's been done, so we need to get more creative.
Well,
Think outside the fucking box.
Like in skateboarding, every however many years, people are convinced
That this
this is it.
Yeah.
That every trick's been done. Like
Yeah.
this is the max out for where we're at, and then someone does something that opens up a whole different vein, and like immediately. And so it's like you're right.
Yeah.
You're right, and someone's gonna do something that's gonna fucking be like, oh, now we're right back and we're fucking cooking with grease. You know?
Well, it's like in the industry I'm in the animation industry, when computers took over, all these people lost their jobs because they didn't learn the computer, and they thought, oh, this is the end of it. But no, computers just opened up a whole new world, and it's happening right now with AI. A lot of people are worried, but I think it's going to open up a whole new world as well.
And to your point too, like I think in the United States culturally we invent like a lot of shit, like hip hop, punk, graffiti, like everything, skateboarding,
House music.
all that. But I think our society has a bit more of an obligation to invest in it, because now you see like all the evolution of skateboarding and everything is happening outside the United States, and like in terms of like cultural reverberations of people doing culture in a second wave and shit, like look at Japan,
I mean, they do
They go
everything
all
better.
in on
They do
it.
everything
Yeah.
better than we do it. Like,
Brazil and Japan, they like actually kind of invest like some public money into their skateboarders, and they see it as an asset to like their society.
Well,
where in the
especially
United States, we're like, get a fucking job, you loser.
But I think that's what they're trying to mimic there, though. That rebel sort of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, once skateboarding specifically, once that gets into the Olympics, now there's a legitimacy to it that, I mean, like specifically Asian parents, there's not a shame to it.
Yeah.
It's like, you get in the Olympics doing this. Like, of course. Like, yeah, no, not only are you doing it, you're training 8 hours a day to do it, like.
Yeah, it's funny. There's this video of Tony Hawk asking a little Asian kid how long it took him to learn how to do like a 900, and he was like, "Oh man, like a week." And Tony walks away like, "The fuck, I worked on that shit for a decade."
whole life.
Yeah, I worked on that for a decade. Yeah, but yeah, it's just the people outside the country. America they invent something, and then you're like you said, countries outside they invest in it like in a way that's beyond what we're doing. Like they really I just saw a video today, and it was like it's like you're Asian trying to get into art school. It was this fucking warehouse with like 1,000 people sitting in a chair drawing the same thing.
Wow.
And they're just they're like machines. and they're investing that type. Imagine if we did that to our kids, like really invest in this, and we become amazing.
I think the people of America are some of the coolest fucking people, hands down, in the history of the earth. You know, we just kind of need to control our society. Get out of it.
I
in my opinion.
I think the opposite of that, though. I think not to put everyone into the same building to do the same thing. I think those people got to do that because one person over here did it their way. Tony Hawk did the 900, so this kid saw the example of how to do it. So he didn't have to try to learn to do it.
Oh, no,
he just mimicked it.
Everybody starts at the end.
Yeah.
You
So
get the
I
start
think
with
America, we're people here that we're starting it. So,
Inventing it.
coming up with these things. And so we tend to move on to the next thing.
Sure.
As
we
opposed
did
to
that.
stay here and continue to refine it.
Back to inventing.
That's a good point. We just regurgitate inventions. Hey, this fucking, we're gonna make this. We're not gonna build it up though, but we're gonna come up with the idea, and we're gonna own the foundation of it. The foundation came here.
A lot of our best inventions also come from like strife and poverty and stuff too.
Exactly.
So maybe we just keep doing the crazy government we have.
Like all those graffiti artists, man. They didn't have nowhere to
Fringes
do it.
of society.
It is.
Hip hop fringes.
Americans have this innate ability to create things in rebellion to stuff. So I think the best shit, hip hop, punk, wrestling, graffiti, tattooing, all of those things are in rebellion to some other higher entity. And out of that comes really great art. You look at other countries, they don't really rebel against their own governments like we do. Yeah. We're big on fuck you, fuck ICE, fuck police. Like we're big on fuck you, and we're gonna show you, And then that's like, I think as a creative, especially LA, that's big on our energy. Like, I'm gonna fucking show you. I'm gonna create something that's gonna blow your fucking mind.
Just what Super Chief stands for.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm gonna fucking watch what I do.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
we're big on that, and I think that's probably what the driving force is that makes us different from like other countries. They're building off of our fucking anger. They're like, oh, this dude's angry.
Fuck that. Get your own anger.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
From my perspective, where I'm at now, because I spend my whole life seeking out people who are rebellious, countercultural, cultural icons and artists. I just want to do something to find them funding, because I watch these people live in poverty their whole lives, and it's just a struggle when you're an artist against the system. And part of me just really wants to learn how to start a nonprofit or carve out my mission for that kind of thing, because I feel like I could be a great fundraiser and somebody who can help these people get recognition and funding. So just trying to figure out the next step in my life in that direction.
What a great mission.
Hell yeah.
What a great mission.
Yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms. Took him some time to get there too, but that was always his goal too, was even with the events, that was the whole event started with him trying to give his friends who are underrepresented or not getting a chance to exhibit their work. As an artist, you kind of have an edge when you're curating art shows, because you know what it's like to be an artist, and you know what it's like to not get in or be represented or be hit up. And so it's like, all right, let me put my homies on. And that's what he's did. Dude, he's put hundreds of people in their first exhibition and sold their first works ever. I have an uncle, my grandpa's younger brother, fresh out of prison from 33 years, puts a piece in his show and sells it.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, the fuck? That is crazy. You know what I mean? That is some crazy shit. So, it's possible. And so, yeah, I truly believe a lot of careers have started in little ways like that, and they just built and then, it's
Yeah, I've seen some cool shit happen throughout the years. And I think for this one here, if I'm not mistaken, there's probably at least 20, 25 artists that have never exhibited.
First timers.
Yeah, first timers. They're like, I've never exhibited before. I don't know what to do. I'm like, just paint or draw, whatever you do. But I've seen some artists that weren't as skillful, and they put on their first piece in the show, and then, you know, they like it, and then they come back the next year, and you can see their skill level rise. They sell their piece, and their confidence just fucking rises.
Yeah.
And then the following one, I'm ready, and then do their skill level in 2 years is like, holy shit! Like, look at you now.
It's
So I've seen cool
amazing.
shit like that happen.
When you see that like 3-year rapid jump in an
Yeah.
artist that just got started, I watched Sick Kid go through that in 2019.
Yeah.
I'm seeing his stuff on the street, and I remember at first not liking it. I was like, oh, this kid's getting up, but I don't like it. It's not good. And then I saw it improve, and then I was like, oh shit, that's that same guy. Like, he's onto something. Like, he's going in a cool direction with this like illustrative graffiti thing. And then I saw his tag at Super Chief after one of our shows.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, he was here. I was just like, I hit him up. And I was like, yo, were you at Super Chief? And he was like, yeah, I love it there. I've been going since I was a teenager.
No
And then I
shit.
hit him up. I was like, be in a group show. And he'll be like, oh, that'll be my first art show. And then he gave me these rough paintings. And I bought one of them. It's like a painting of a kid in his bedroom jerking off, looking at internet porn, and then his mom's like opening the door, and he's like, and then
Very relatable.
we sold those 3, and then I was like, whoa, we sold all your first paintings in this group show. So I was like, I take chances on people, and I was just like, asked this 19-year-old kid, I was like, yo, do you want to do a solo show next year? And so we did his solo
That's
show.
fucking dope.
And then that was like one of the first ever art shows where I sold everything, like sold out show.
Nice.
Yeah, I just
That's
got on
dope.
it, and then like
He's fucking crushing it right now, dude.
right after doing his first solo show,
Yeah.
the poachers were moving in, you know. He
Yeah.
was like, oh, so-and-so called me to his office and asked me to sign an exclusive contract for representation. And I was
Right.
just like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Stay with Super Chief forever. Be a free agent. But yeah, it's starting like helping people out in their first art shows is it's a super rewarding feeling. And at some point when you do it like year after year, you're building a family or dynasty or army or something like that.
I got to bring up another kid, Malo, which is a wrestler kid that I met through my event, La Bulla. And at that, when I met him, he was like trying to be a comedian / influencer. And then he gets connected through me with Little Cholo, which is the leader of the group that I hire, his House of Lucha. Fast forward 2 years, now he's a wrestler for him.
Hell
In
yes.
his team.
Amazing.
Yeah. So he's like, you know, because of you, I pretty much, like, I'm on this path. So I'm
Oh,
like
yes.
fucking crazy. And there's these hundreds of stories like this. And there's a bunch of other stories of people meeting at my events and getting married, having kids.
shit.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Hey, that's
Super
what Latinos, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Sure.
Super Chief too. I got some weddings and some babies.
Yeah.
I'm,
Oh,
I'm
nice.
Uncle Bill to a couple of babies that happened as a result of Super
Those
Chief.
are the best events to go to because there's for sure shows and whatever, a bunch of shit that I've gone to that's like, I wouldn't mind meeting my wife here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if she's cool enough to be here right now, like I wouldn't mind. So that makes perfect sense to me. Where you're like at something cool as fuck. You're like, look at this beautiful woman at this also cool as fuck thing. Like she must be pretty cool. You know?
Yeah, my advice to single people would be just go to the art show.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a pretty good middle of the road place to
May
meet somebody.
16.
Yeah,
May 16th is super
Pull up to
cheap.
La Bulla, meet your future spouse.
Yes.
We guarantee at least one couple.
You're either
That's
gonna
a-
And a baby.
get together with somebody, or you're gonna become a luchador. Sure. One or the other.
Come meet your ex or get your new career. Let's go.
Either way, either or.
Quick question out of curiosity, because we've talked about this too. Do you ever feel, as someone who's watched people's careers skyrocket, do you ever feel like, do you ever get sad or something? Maybe if they almost seem like they forget about you or something like that, or do you find the comfort in just knowing that you had a part in that journey and you're cool with that?
I used to get pissed about that when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I just let go of those pissed off feelings. Now,
Yeah.
now I'm just proud.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to lock somebody down when they deserve to go have a career that doesn't involve me. It's okay.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time too, because we'll see people on these sub conversations via on the internet, especially regarding like the house music industry, you know, people feeling like they got left behind and they were part of this movement or they were part of that, and then there's these people that are getting shine, but they're bitter because they're not included in that shine, and then they were like maybe part of helping that person. So it's like, you know, it's like I think, you know, just having that, like with him, watching him do his thing and seeing people like actually thrive after doing some of the shows, it's like it's just nice to be able to just sit back and watch and just see it happen, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm like, dude, you know, just it's cool. Like, you know, if people blow the fuck up, like it is what it is, you know.
And like not being invited to the big table of the art world has probably helped Super Chief grow in the directions that have made it like pure and different.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because if the institutions were knocking on my door when I was just getting started and being like, do a museum show here, you're the new hot shit, we're all about you, it probably would have corrupted the overall journey of it. You know what I mean?
There is corruption. I have a friend that was invited to the big table in the Mexico art world, and it changed him.
I believe it.
It changed him.
I've seen people change all the time.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And he left. He quit art. He quit doing everything because
Yeah.
it was so. I can't put words in his mouth, but it changed him to the point where he just quit art, and I was like, wow.
Damn.
It's something that he
That
loved.
bad.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then after a few years, he started telling me some stories, and we'll have him on one of these days. Luis Peña, he always jumps in.
Luis Peña, is he a painter or what?
Peña,
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, man, he has some crazy stories about that. But on the other end of people making it, yeah, if they would just like give you a little nod, though, you know what I mean?
Sure.
You don't have to invite me to the big table. You don't have to say shit. But hey, you know what? My first show was at
Yeah.
your gallery. That's it.
I get love when it comes to like the press interviews and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I always, if somebody mentions me, I'll be like, you didn't need to do that. You could have just pretended
But it's
that never
always cool.
happened.
No,
It's
but
awesome. Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? That shows the true person of who they really are when they can go back and give those flowers to
Absolutely.
that
If
individual.
I hear someone telling their story, like, oh, tell you know where you care, and they start, and there's an opportunity you can hear even without knowing the story. It's like I know there's a name and a place to the story that you're telling right now. And when you don't get, when they're not like, oh, or if they're like, oh, a friend of mine or a guy I used to know, it's like, man, fuck you. That dude, like, you know, say that dude's name right now. Like that person that you're not giving credit to right now, say that dude's name because I know you're thinking it. Say it. You know, oh, it bothers me so much.
We see it all the time. Yeah. We see it. It happens to us even. You know, it's where people are saying something like, "Bro, we were definitely part of that story you're talking about." like in fact, you're describing the conversation that I had with you direct. Yeah.
Right.
So it's funny, but you know, I just had a curiosity because you know, you have like a lot of people have done some crazy shit coming out of Super Chief. So I'm curious as to like. You know, because again, some of those artists aren't like they're moved on to other, you know, institutions, and so I'm always curious as to like how that, you know, what that's like from other people's perspectives.
Just for my sanity and mental well-being, I just had to be like, it's all going to be karma. What I care about is that the relationship's cool, not that I'm getting a piece of it or you're putting me in the story or whatever. Like,
Sure.
People go through a lot of stuff. You know?
And
Who
I always
knows,
say,
you know?
when you can, you should. You know what I'm saying? When you have the opportunity, when you have the space, when you have the place, when you have things that others don't, and you can help them, you know, start in their journey.
Hell yeah.
You should.
Yeah, and like...
And that's what you guys have been doing, you know what I'm saying? Yourself and yourself. I mean, this is what this whole story's been since the beginning today. You know, you guys talking about stories and opportunities that you've given so many people and continue to give people. And not only that, but also put on a light onto the community itself and Lucha Libre and what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's an awesome story, man. Both of you guys can't wait to be there May 16th and really check out the whole thing. Again, like I said, I've been to quite a few, and this is going to be another great show. I can tell already.
Yeah. I think it's going to be one of the most legendary exhibitions at Super Chief of all time.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, we have about 210 artists that did a piece, or that's that's gonna have a piece.
210?
Yeah, this is the biggest art show I've been a part of.
Holy shit!
And this has to be the largest lucha libre art show ever.
I mean,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
holy shit, 210.
That's a lot of art, bro.
And we have a lot of legends in the show.
Yeah, no
We
shit.
should mention a few,
yeah.
It's here.
starting with Esteban Oriol,
Esteban Oriol doing
Chris
the mask.
Nunez,
Yes.
Risk,
Yeah.
David Arquette, which David already sold his piece. He sold like immediately. Who else do we have? We have Isaac.
I mean, I'm not no legend yet, but yeah,
You're on your way.
I
You're on your
got
way.
down on my piece, but we actually have a funny concept. I'll tell you after the show, but I have a funny concept for my piece just to poke and pick and play. But yeah, every artist that we've spoke to, or at least that I spoke to, I tell them every time, like, hey, dude, really put your all into this, because this is an opportunity to get your work in front of a lot of eyes and to really put a lot of passion into the work and not just do some half-ass shit. And it's like, no, really take your time and make something that you're really, really proud of. That way the exhibition as a whole is just like, whoa, everything looks fucking dope. Like,
Yeah,
it makes it hard. It makes it harder for people to want to buy, because they're like, oh, I don't know what to choose, because you know what I mean. Now they're conflicted, so now they're like, oh, well, So I think when these guys bring their A game, it's really fun.
Well, we're giving them an incentive through our Pelayo Foundation. We're going to hand out a fat check to one person in the show. Someone from our board is going to come in and look at all the pieces, pick one, and we're going to hand them a $1,500 check. So,
Hell yeah.
Nice.
yeah,
That's
A
awesome.
little bit of an incentive.
a little incentive there.
Yeah. Now they're really going to
Man.
be trying.
I should have really got in it this
And they'll get a foot massage by not me, my dad. Nah.
I really should have got it.
like Pulp Fiction.
I'm good with my hands, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, dude. It's gonna be a good one, for sure.
Man, I can't wait.
sure,
I
for
can't
sure.
wait. Let us know where we can find you, where we can check you out. Give us all your handles and everything we can do.
Superchiefgallery.com is where you can find all information, all tickets. And then something that's important is that we're running a promo. Actually, we launched it today. Follow Tequila Centenal, our main sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Follow them. Actually, go to Super Chiefs' IG.
Yeah, Super Chief Gallery LA IG.
That's what I was about to
Yes,
say.
go to their Instagram, and on Bill's last post, he goes live and he talks about the promo. But you have to follow Tequila Centenal
Yes.
and tag a few people, and then you're gonna enter a chance to win VIP tickets.
Oh, nice.
And the VIP tickets include one of my art prints, one of my son's art prints, no waiting in line, and you get access to the VIP room where Tequila Centenal is gonna serve free tastings.
Yeah, free tastings.
Yeah.
of tequila. I'm excited for that.
And Chillitas as well. So Tequila Centenal and Chillitas are our main sponsors.
Hell yes.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Man, so
For
it's
those
gonna
that
be
drink.
lucha, an art show, car show, bike show, fashion show, vendors. Goddamn.
Oh, the fashion
really-
show.
He
we really
said the
under-
biggest.
I'm saying we really undersold this
We
thing.
didn't even talk about the fashion show. The fashion show is gonna be nuts.
Is it
There's gonna
lucha based?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Lucha
hell
based.
yeah.
There's gonna be about 15 ladies all decked out, like
Nice.
extravagant.
And they're doing this. They're creating the art pieces themselves.
Yeah.
We call them art as well.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. And every single one's an individual.
Yes.
So it's not just one person doing all the
No.
show. Okay.
Is that going to be a contest too, or is just exhibition? only?
We might. We'll see. We did do that for Velorio last year, and first place got $500, and it was Maria. She's just incredible. Yeah.
Are we doing like a runway? Like a fashion runway for it?
We could inside the gallery.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
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 That'll be
for
my
sure.
third runway show
Oh,
this year.
There you go. There you go.
We did all indigenous and POC Chirla and Cielo fundraiser called Sacred Not Illegal.
Yeah.
And then we did Creepy Gal's like super off the wall fashion show where it was like latex brands, and Ea Loca did like a cage dress, and it was just like fringy. Super fringy. Yeah, it was
Nice.
awesome.
Talk about the DJs that we have, because you're the one that curated that part.
Yeah, so we've got my homegirl Jelly Baby. She plays a eclectic mix of, cumbias and like bumpin' ass party music. And then my friend, he goes by Almost Decent. He's from Southgate down here. And he's one of my all-time favorite party DJs in LA. His Instagram is currently disabled. I'm going to make him put it back up.
Wow.
But he's like... He used to do the ham on everything parties, and out of all the years of running Super Chief in Los Angeles, I've never known a better turn-up DJ who can really get people to have a good time than my boy Almost Decent.
Nice.
So he's a legend in the LA nightlife scene and in the car takeover scene, and he's just a wild man. He's one of my favorite DJs for an event of all time.
Nice.
So we had to call him out the big guns for La Bulla.
Let's go.
For
good
someone
name,
not
too.
being from LA, he's so LA. You know what I'm saying?
Sure as fuck not New York.
Like you can tell me he's from like
He's
Atlanta.
changed.
Man, cool. Yeah. He's LA.
And I didn't get my whole life story or whatever, but I did spend some time in Mexico City when I was 19 and 20, and I think that was just like a really influential part of my life. I saw some Lucha Arena
You did?
Mexico.
Yeah, dude.
And,
You went to the OG place.
Yeah.
I want to take Isaac there.
That's on my
dope.
list. That's
It's dope.
Arena Mexico.
They
Yeah.
get, they get
Like,
wild,
I
and
Oh, dude.
Arena Mexico is crazy.
You see
dude.
the old ladies fucking attacking
Sure.
the wrestlers.
Out there stabbing them with their sewing
they're
needles.
part.
I had a
They're part of the show.
I had a girlfriend with me at the time in the front row seat, and she was like drunk and mouthing off and
Yeah.
and harassing the
That's
wrestlers.
part of it.
And so the wrestler came over and grabbed her by the back of the head and made out with her. And then, like,
Jesus Christ.
Love it.
she was like shocked.
Can we please go?
There will be plenty of making out May 19th for sure
May
from the
16th.
luchadores. May
May 16th.
May 16th.
May 16th.
Yeah,
Apologize.
that's the one thing about the one thing I love about lucha libre. It's not only the athleticism of these characters, which is incredible.
Yeah.
It's just entertaining, and it's so entertaining that the crowd is in it. They're a part of it.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, I had a homegirl who came to La
right.
Bulla a couple years ago for the first time. It was her first time ever coming up, and we hadn't known her for a while, so she didn't know what to expect. And I lose her in the crowd. I'm working the event, so I didn't spend any time with her. And I see her Instagram story, and she's mouthing off to the wrestlers. And at some point, she's smacking the wrestler's ass, and like the wrestlers are engaging, and the crowd is laughing, and people are like cracking at them. And then it was a popular video moment, and I was just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I didn't bring you here for that, but I guess it worked, So it was like one of his. He was like, dude, I love that shit. She just like. Toma, just smacked his ass and the rest of
about.
It's the best. Like at Mario's show at Lucha Goth House, as much as there's lucha going on, it is not a strictly lucha crowd. Like there's people that are there for the music, they're there for whatever, but the wrestling always fucking gets them.
Yeah,
like
100%.
It just gets them,
100%.
and it's just the most interactive, fun art form. And when you just do it right and you just do it clean, like it gets people every time.
Yeah.
And you could go back to especially with lucha, it's the best. Like the making out with the mouth of chicken, or like what do they call the exoticos? Is that what they're called? Like
Exoticos.
Yeah, exoticos.
all the shit that goes backwards. You just run the same bits. Oh, and they're winners every time. It's like people fucking love this shit.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I love wrestling that works the crowd, gets in the crowd, fucks with the crowd.
Yeah.
It gets people
Talking
so
shit.
excited.
Yeah.
And that's an art form in itself, like you were saying, like not just the wrestling, the techniques, but also being able to work the crowd and talk back, and yeah, it's a great ass time. It's a great ass time.
not only do you have to be athletic, but you have to also have charisma with people. You have to have social skill where you can riff off the crowd and then not choke up or freeze up or get thrown off your character, and then you can engage, and then that's real skill too. It's like a comedian. You gotta work the crowd. You gotta be prepared for like the unexpected.
When especially like in independent wrestling shows or any kind of smaller wrestling shows, There's people there, they don't know who the fuck you are. They don't know anything that's going on. And you walk out, and by the time you're in there, they have to care one way or another. Just from when you walk into the ring and doing your thing before the match starts, they already have to care one way or another. They have to love you or hate you before it even fucking starts, you know? And it's like, man, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to make them do whatever I want to do. It's the best.
Yeah, you're either a heel or a baby face right away.
Right? It has to be, especially in a space where not everybody knows what's going on. It's like we need to let them know exactly how they should feel.
Yeah, and if they're getting booed, they got to play off it. They gotta be like, "Oh, you gonna fucking boo me? All right, bet." Like, boo my ass.
Really piss them off.
Yeah. So, that's it's super fun, you know. Yeah.
That is definitely. Can't wait. Again, can you let us know where to catch you yourself? Give all your social medias and everything.
Yeah, just follow La Bulla.
Just the Booyah?
Yeah.
I'm saying you can find me on Grindr at Isaac Pelayo.
I was like, he got me for a minute. I was like, right?
Yeah, no,
sweet.
just Isaac Pelayo, and then in my bio I have all of the sub pages too. Our Pelayo Foundation, all the other things that we do. I mean, we have our hand in so many different stuff with the events and with Disney, photography, tattooing, music, art. So yeah, just you'll find all that stuff on those pages.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Instagram, Super Chief Gallery LA, and superchiefgallery.com. La Bulla tickets right on the front page, calendar right there. All the info you would ever need. Super Chief.
We're gonna have to have you back and tell your full story, man.
Oh, I would love to tell the full story.
Yeah, we need to know the stuff that people don't know.
Yeah,
The juicy shit.
Nobody ever asked me about that. I'd love to go into it. Everybody just want to know about whatever art show I'm doing, not my life story.
I know where the bodies are buried. Ask me all about it, please.
And then we'll definitely have you back before Velorio.
All right.
Once again,
Sounds
come
good.
back. And I'm sure you guys will be together for that one as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
he's,
like a good
he's co-curating that show too with us.
Nice.
We're linked up.
Oh, yeah.
We're teaming up.
Hell yeah.
Well, we talked about possibly doing La Bulla like twice a year.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah, why
So we'll
not?
see.
Super Chief crowd loves wrestling.
Yeah.
They keep asking
I don't know
me for
anyone
more.
that doesn't like wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't know anybody that doesn't
Especially
like
right now.
yeah.
Especially lucha libre.
Yeah.
You know, it's good and it fits right in any event. And it's like if you don't know, like you're saying, you don't know the wrestlers, but you know one thing, that's just going to be action, flying, slapping, jumping. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to really tell a story because it's just entertainment.
Yeah, there's I don't know if you guys seen some peruanas luchadoras?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I want to bring that shit here.
Yeah, that's what Mara was talking about as well too. But it's just how to
would be
get them here.
Yeah, that's the hard
What is
part.
it?
Peruvian women.
Oh, shit.
I'll show you their page.
Wow.
Dude, looks so fucking dope.
Oh, wow.
These
Cool.
ladies are dressed
in their traditional,
dresses.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and wrestling, like fucking getting down.
Sick.
And there's also one like in Africa, the mud wrestling.
Oh yeah, the soft ground wrestling.
Yeah, that one's pretty crazy too.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's just like in Africa.
They bought them a ring, but they were just doing it.
Yeah,
They
fuck
would
the ring.
just put water on all this dirt to make it like mud, and like set up like string as ropes,
like turnbuckles
and
and
they're
shit.
and they were just doing real moves, like and just in the mud.
That's
like,
crazy.
just-
That's like that scene in Shrek when they're fighting in the mud in the medieval set. It's just straight dirt. Yeah, that's crazy.
So Johnny, you got anything going?
Tomorrow night at K Sarah in Long Beach, 7:45. I got a show out there. Come on down.
Nice.
It'll be fun.
Nice.
Y Mario.
Oh man, I got too many things happening, but let's see. Puerto Rico's on the horizon, so for La Isla de Puerto Rico, we are invading for 2 days, April 25th and 26th. Get your tickets at m81presents.com. Shout out to everyone who came out this weekend for Lucha Goth House. We had such a great time, so much so that tickets are already going to go on sale for the next show, which is happening on July 18th, our 2-year anniversary. If you missed out on all the fucking craziness, you can't miss out because Lord Humongous will be back on mic.
Oh man, he's coming back.
He's coming back. So
It was a perfect match.
it was.
Lard Humongous, my boy. Shout
Lard.
out Lard.
Lard's the
Humongous. Everyone had a great time. All the vendors we had. Did you see the taxidermy vendor that we had?
I did see the taxidermy.
I did
Yeah.
not.
Oh, you didn't see her? Yeah, she was great. But we got a couple of clips for those who weren't there and you missed out. I mean, that sucks for you, but it was a definitely good time. Casa the Brewhouse are tearing it up live on stage. We got some dark arts. We got the women's matches. Women's tore it up. We had a Bestia says as a secret entrance to our main event with with Tito and Mecha Wolf. Kid Barrett tearing it up with all the sexy go-go's in the ring.
Cool.
Yeah, we gotta go to the next one.
Yeah, dude, it's a party. July 18th, Don Quixote.
Damn, I want to come.
They love like it is such a fun show. Man. You should absolutely come.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, shout out to our death-defying stunt girl, fucking the Darling Daredevil, all the way from Las Vegas. She was wild, Johnny. Did you see all the shit she did? She's putting shit in her eyes, carrying shit.
Oh my god!
Oh
No!
Oh my
God! No! Don't do that. I like her dressing her
Put
shoes though.
Visine in my eyes once. That was pretty scary. That
hurt. She also did the wheel of misfortune at the very end. And you show up with $20 and you spin the wheel, whatever body part it landed on, you can staple that money to her.
What? Jesus Christ. Look at Lard and her is like the perfect combination.
I know, right? It was a perfect couple. Dude, he got so into it, he stapled some $20 to his nipple.
Oh my god.
Nah, dude, you're at least stapling a fucking $100 bill.
Yeah, minimum. You're gonna staple me.
First, he staples his fucking belly.
Well, yeah.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
What the fuck?
1, 2, 3.
I like how the cameraman
Yeah,
zoomed
why
in on
is he zooming on
the
his cock
junk.
the whole time?
Wow.
He needed gas money.
I guess so.
Lard would be very happy to know that dude was zooming on his cock the whole time.
Oh man.
What if it's just like a fake belly? So, you know, it's
Oh man, he just takes it off when he goes. He's a little tiny guy.
I wish.
Yeah, that's some wild entertainment right there.
No, that's the dark arts of Lucha Gotham.
That is the dark arts of Lucha God.
This is like if Jackass got into lucha.
Yes.
And he does wrestle too.
And you know the beauty of all these events? Each event is like, it's got their thing.
Yeah.
They're all different.
They are
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
They all have something to
Because
offer.
it's it's a variety show. Just wrestling by itself already is a variety show. So it lends itself to being able to be a part of a bigger variety show.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it.
You guys remember backyard fights?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, like when I remember seeing that shit as a kid, like thinking like, dude, how is this not regulated? Like, how is this not getting cracked down? Like, the fuck, man?
All that early internet stuff. Like
That's what I'm
felony
saying. dude.
fights.
Yeah, bum fights.
Felony fights.
Oh,
was
I remember
wild.
bum fights.
I did an art show with the guys who made bum fights.
Oh, no way.
In Decline.
Incline?
In Decline.
In Decline?
Yeah.
Wait, Indecline made bum fights?
Yes,
Get
they
the
did.
fuck
Yes,
out of
they
here,
did.
dude. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Obviously, they took a different turn in life than filming homeless people.
Yeah.
They moved on to political issues.
Yeah, it's like now they're like I'm very much aligned with them. you
Yeah,
know?
Dude,
if you check out Andrew Callahan, Channel 5,
I saw that interview.
He
It was
did a
great.
whole interview. Yeah, because there was everybody when we did the art show. A quarter of the comments were always people being like, "That's all cool and all, but fuck them because they're canceled for life because of bum fights and you know they're horrible people." So it was like finally time to talk about it. They talked about it very eloquently.
Dude, I remember I was at an airport in Europe, and there was a fucking Indecline sticker in the airport. Like, not outside, like in it, in a random kiosk, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? These guys are,
They're
they're
worldwide.
everywhere.
And R.I.P. to Aware, who was one of the two guys that used to run In Decline. He passed away, but he was a graffiti sticker, fucking world-class all-star.
Yeah,
He was hitting everything
Oh,
from
dude, Indecline is everywhere.
abandoned buildings in the desert
Yeah.
to international destinations. They've done Vietnam. They've done everywhere.
You go to Vegas on the 15th, and they're just on every type of like. There's an abandoned building somewhere, and they're just plastered all over that shit. You know, it's like in decline Shepherd Ferry, and
they never wanted to do a full retrospective at any art gallery except for Super Chief, because they were like Super Chief's on the level of In Decline. In terms of like politically on the level.
Yeah.
So we did their full retrospective. It was called Killing the Precedent, and it was during the time when we had our most recent presidential election.
Wow. How was it? How was it?
It was right after someone tried to shoot Trump, and then we did the show Killing the Precedent, and I was like, oh no.
Damn, that's a crazy coincidence.
It went off.
Coincidence.
Coincidence.
And then they do a thing where they make like silicone heads of world leaders they hate, and they play soccer with them outside of whatever. Like they just played soccer with Netanyahu's head outside the UN.
Nice.
And they had Putin's head, and they had Bolsonaro's head, and Trump's head. And so we did a Trump head soccer game in the gallery, and we filmed it, and then TMZ got the footage, and it ran on TMZ.
No shit.
And so I had people calling the gallery being like, how would you like it if I fucking chopped your head off and played soccer with your head, you son of a bitch? And I was just like, sure, my address is online, come get me.
I remember in 2016 when In Decline put out that initial statue of Trump naked all over the place. Dude, that shit was all over the fucking place. I love that thing. I was like, damn, dude, this is crazy.
We had that in the show. We had the naked Trump with the micro penis.
Yeah.
Big hit.
Yeah, that one was. When that shit came out, though, that like broke the internet, dude. That was like one of the craziest. That was like one of the first roasts that Trump had on via being president. Like, oh, dude, this dude's a fucking clown.
Mega viral.
Yeah.
Mega viral.
Yeah.
And, we had all the Billboard liberation stuff. We had every era.
Yeah.
Post bum fights to present day.
I had no idea. That's crazy. I used to watch that shit all the time when I was a kid.
Oh,
it was wild, dude. I had no idea.
Yeah, those old In Decline videos and bum fights. I used to watch bum fights for
remember
sure.
Fucking Bling Bling?
Bling Bling's still alive from what I hear.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Is he really?
Does he still put the crack in the pipe in his collar and shit?
I heard he's still out there.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. Wow. These crackheads are something different, dude.
No, they're built different.
Bro, they fucking, like, COVID has nothing on these motherfuckers, dude. Like, damn, these guys can withstand anything.
These are the walking zombies.
For real, dude. They're immune to anything, man. It's incredible. It's literally fucking incredible. Speaking of Santo.
An incredible every Tuesday night, the West Coast Pop Lock podcast coming to you live. The #1 live podcast on Earth. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. We will see you May 16th.
That's right.
16th, 2026.
La Bulla. Go to La
Super
Bulla.
Chief.
Make sure to get your tickets. Enter the VIP. You're going to get some beautiful art pieces, correct? Some prints, as well as some tequila. You're going to check out some sick cars, some bikes, lucha libre. Over 200 artists. Damn, that's
about
a lot.
210 art pieces.
Wow.
Come on. And we even forgot to talk about what we did touch on it, the fashion show itself, the luchadores. Shout out to Little Cholo. He's been on the show before. And to you two, gentlemen, putting it on and really, doing something for the community, for the artists themselves, and just for the culture, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Shout out to you guys.
We out.
Goodbye.
Wish I could always hear that well.
The #1 live show in the world, West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. Coming to you from Pig Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores. Comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C. And Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop